The enemy, in order to find the undercover agent in their midst, brought in a comatose patient in front of everyone. The commander told the patient that when he saw the undercover agent, he should immediately ring the bell next to the reclining chair. This was because the previous night, he had faced the undercover agent in person, but he had been severely wounded, with only one finger able to move. To make everyone believe him, the commander conducted a test. If the patient heard the correct answer, he would ring the bell. After several rounds of testing, the commander was very satisfied. At the commander's order, everyone began to line up, passing in front of the patient one by one. As one man saw that his turn was coming, he became extremely anxious, because he was the undercover agent infiltrating the enemy forces. At this point, the man had no time to think about escaping. He had no choice but to stand in front of the patient. Meanwhile, a female team member aimed her gun at the patient. If the patient made any movement, she would not hesitate to shoot. Unexpectedly, when the patient saw the undercover agent, he immediately remembered something that had happened before. At the time, the patient had almost fallen off a cliff while escaping, but the undercover agent had grabbed him just in time and saved his life. Furthermore, the undercover agent had always been very kind to him, so the patient could not do anything ungrateful. Thinking this, the patient released his finger from the bell. However, just as the undercover agent was about to leave, his superior suddenly walked over. He had long suspected that this man was the undercover agent, so he decided to seize this opportunity to eliminate his rival. He began to threaten the patient using his wife and child, telling him that if he could identify the undercover agent, he would take good care of his wife and child. Hearing this, the patient began to waver. The female team member nervously raised her gun. After some thought, the patient chose to abandon the accusation because he didn't want to harm a good person because of himself. In the end, the undercover agent successfully passed the accusation. When everyone had passed and no undercover agent had been found, the commander became furious. His superior angrily drew a gun and pointed it at the patient's head, demanding that he identify the undercover agent. He even threatened the patient with his wife and child again. He then ordered everyone to line up again, but the patient stared at his superior and then pulled the bell, hoping to make the enemy realize that his superior was the undercover agent. Suddenly, a gunshot rang out, and the patient was shot dead. Because the commander realized the patient was trying to convey false information. Seeing this scene, the undercover agent felt deeply saddened. He secretly swore to avenge the patient.